Alright, set the table. Apologies for any bad sounds. I still have these crappy pair of headphones. I don't really anticipate getting any new ones until trail days when I have a car and we can go to Walmart. So, a few more days of misery, but you know, no pain, no rain, no man, y'all. It's Mother's Day, Sunday, May 12th. It's 8:22. Got a pretty early start this morning. Doing a bit of a big day, 25 miles. Nothing crazy, nothing we haven't done before. But on the other end of this day is free showers. So we're trying to take advantage of that and get into town before it's too late. And apparently there's a pizza place behind the shelter that we'll stay at, so that's kind of cool. Didn't make any clips yesterday, and that's because we woke up early. I think we were on the road by 7:30, about to go up, so apologies for the breathiness. But we walked to this campsite where I had bought us beer from the night before, and we had plans to shower, laundry, have breakfast, and then head back out. But after we got there, we did a little bit of calculating, made a little chart of our schedule leading up to the week of trail days, or the days of trail days, and we realized that we needed to kill some time. And so we actually spent all day until about 6:30 yesterday at the campsite, hanging out, drinking coffee, eating food, drinking beer, laughing, all that stuff. It was a very good day, and we all hiked out somewhat inebriated at 6:30 to do 3.7 to this shelter that had capacity for 20 people. And when we got there, we quickly set up camp. It was just becoming dark, like officially past twilight, and we all just slept on the porch of this shelter. It was massive, it was cool. Not the best sleep I've ever had in my life, but not bad either, as George Carlin would say. It was a little wet, it was a little hot, there were a few bugs out, and I kind of was worried about some pain I had in my foot, but lo and behold, this morning, woke up, foot feels fine. I mean, there's still pain if I bend it a certain way, but no pain, no rain, no mind. So, yesterday was a good day. I think we needed it just to kind of recharge and, get everyone's plans together. Stretchman is not going to be going to trail days, which is sad, but he needs to focus on getting some miles because his girlfriend is coming at the end of May, so he's going to be doing some different miles and or taking to zero at that time. And I'm not really sure what Compton is doing about going to DC. He's mentioned it a couple times, but in his mentioning, I haven't gotten a good sense of whether or not he's inviting us to join him or not. He has not explicitly done so. So, not sure about that. Pooh Bear, Forrest, and we still want to do the 4-state challenge where you go through Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, and then whatever's next. It's like 40 miles in one day. That would be cool, but I think it's only the three of us that want to do it, and I imagine that might coincide with Compton being in DC. Not really sure, but in any case, we all have each other's numbers and can keep in touch and try to get back together after May is over. Certainly seems to be the most disruptive month to the team, but modern technology and conveniences should make it so that we can easily get back together. So that's all good, and going to trail days, something to look forward to for all of us. We've got an Airbnb, I'm going to rent a car. It should be really sweet. I've never rented a car, but if the experience is good and easy and reasonably inexpensive, I think I'm going to rent a car from the airport in Maine and just drive back to Atlanta, so I don't have to worry about flying. And I've heard it's expensive to fly out of Maine. I'm not really sure why that would be, or what expensive even means relative to other places, but I think I'd rather drive. And in my mind's eye, when I imagine my return to Atlanta, I drop the car off on Cortland and then I walk back from there all the way to Grant Park. It'd be something like a 3-mile walk probably, and I like the idea of that. It just seems fitting, a good ending to the whole thing. Kind of getting ahead of myself, but I do kind of vacillate between thinking about what my life will be like after this, right at the end of this, in addition to what my life is like at the end of today. It's pretty amazing. You lose concept of time out here. Certainly, it's hard to keep track of the days. Weeks just sort of melt away. It's kind of hard to believe it's Sunday. Starting a new week again tomorrow, and just pushing forward. Again, this Friday is the beginning of trail days, and we've planned everything so that we get into Waynesboro Thursday night, pick up the car Friday, 8 a.m., drive to our Airbnb, which is on the Virginia-Tennessee border, about 15 minutes from Damascus, and then we're home free. Take probably 2 zeros. I'd imagine we'll probably hike out of Waynesboro on Sunday afternoon really. We're supposed to get the car back by 2, which will give us time to resupply and then also to move on as far as we want to for that day. So I am excited for that. I think the Appalachian Trail would be really hard as a solo endeavor, and I think it would be equally hard if you never really took any zeros or stopped to enjoy a day without hiking in it. I still love the challenge and the difficulty of this whole thing, but being with a group, my favorite times are definitely end of the day at camp and when we do spend time in a town together. It's just very jubilant and celebratory. A little goes a long way, and this is all very privileged, of course, because obviously it's vacation. It's just a little bit more of a arduous and lengthy vacation than the average person might take, but there's no beating around the bush with this. It's a pleasure. This is a joy to do in a certain sense. Some of the thoughts I've been having today are when I get back, biking up to MailChimp, talking to people. I really don't think I'll necessarily ever work for MailChimp again. However, I wouldn't put it past me either. But I know at least for sure, as soon as I get back, I want to take some time, probably at least maybe the month of August, not really do anything, in terms of looking for a job, and start looking again, probably in September. And Wahoo sort of is my first choice in that respect. However, there's no point to really think about that. I'm not sure if they'll be hiring, and I'm not sure what things are going to look like at that time. But yeah, this is such a perspective shifter. It's such a great thing to do before turning 30. I just think it's going to be such a world of difference, so refreshing and renewing to come back to Atlanta after all is said and done. So I need to keep being careful, taking care of my body, making sure I don't have any ticks, making sure the etceteras are taken care of. Kind of need to pee. I'm getting pretty far behind. So, yeah, that's kind of where my head's at today. Happy Mother's Day again. Holster these holes. Take a little pee. Peeing on the downhill is difficult, but I can do it while walking. Sweet. So yeah, all is well, as per usual, and I'm excited to press onward, and every day getting closer and closer to the overall goal, and sort of the miniature goals that come before it. It's a very interesting endeavor. So I encourage anyone listening, if you have a similar leaning to do something a bit out there, definitely go for it. Alright, bye for now.